Uncle Billy here. Can hostility come from just one direction, or does it always have to be mutual? Hostility causes hostility. People are wondering how people in Crimea feel about the Ukrainians and vice versa. People aren't a monolithic block. There are, of course, factions that have different reactions to everything. But I can relate two little stories. Back about 2016, maybe, I'm driving along and I look up and I see a guy wearing a Ukrainian military uniform, and it looked like a Bandera patch on it. And he's walking right through the park, right near the Black Sea Fleet offices. And people are walking up to him and bowing a little bit and shaking his hand. I know they didn't approve of his Bandera choice and his Ukrainian choice, but they were showing a little respect and a little sympathy and goodwill. That's rather touching. I'm pretty sure if somebody walked around in front of the Verona Rada with so much as a St. George ribbon on their lapel, I mean, it's happened a lot. They'd be beaten, possibly even they'd disappear into a SBU jail. This is not hearsay. That's an awful lot of incidences of that. And I had a college professor that lived in Kiev that kept telling me that Nazis were a figment of the xenophobic Russian imagination. The guy had been working for Doctors Without Borders and USAID. He was a university professor from Maryland, and he was a real active blogger. Yeah, okay. I know what you're up to, bud. Anyway, I challenged him publicly on the commentariat segment of Tacky's magazine back when they had such a thing. I said, tell you what, bud, I will carry a Bandera flag and I'll march around in front of the office buildings in front of the Black Sea Fleet, and let's see what happens to me. Have somebody film it. I'll do it for a half an hour. And then when I'm done, you can pin a St. George ribbon on your lapel, and you can walk back and forth in front of the Verona Rada for 5 minutes. You with me? Let's do this. I'll do my part, you do yours. I never heard from him again. If he'd have done that, he'd got beaten. And he was in his 70s. They were beating up old Soviet soldiers for wearing St. George ribbon in Ukraine. And I don't see a lot of hostility to people personally. My wife has a friend that came and visited us, and she put blue and yellow flowers in her hair, and she was from northern Ukraine, and she was making a big deal out of it. Oh, I could be beaten for this, but I'm brave, and I'm going to walk around with these Ukrainian flag flowers in my hair. So nobody's even going to look at you or notice that, you know. Well, I didn't say that. That'd be kind of rude to my wife's friend, but it's true. Nobody noticed. But she thought she's a martyr. People are strange. Oh well. But there is a vibe of hostility, and there's a vibe of peace. There's a vibe of goodwill coming from some people, and there's a vibe of hate and anger. And not everybody's hateful and angry. Some of them are, and they're quite visible and vocal about it. And then other people, well, they're not looking. They're turning the other way. They're turning their heads because they're afraid to say anything about it. Yeah, sometimes it does all come from one side. Why is that so hard to believe? Anyway, this is Uncle Billy, just a little short thing, signing out. Bye.